Hello and welcome to the Warhammer Lady. Today I'll be going through the fast attack section of the Dark Angels Codex. First off, we have the Ravenwing Attack Squadron. It's a total of 80 points and it includes 2 Ravenwing Bikers and 1 Ravenwing Sergeant, which you can choose to upgrade to a Veteran Sergeant for another 10 points. He then gains an extra attack and an extra leadership as well. Both the Veteran Sergeant and the Ravenwing Sergeant may upgrade their weapons to melee weapons or ranged weapons from the Dark Angels War Gear list that I've been going through before in the previous videos. But the bikers themselves have war gear, power armor, bolt pistol, a twin-link bolt gun, a heavy bolter for the attack bike, and frag grenades, crack grenades, and teleporter homer. Also, they have some special rules, and they shall know no fear, grim resolve, hit and run, Ravenwing combat squads, and scout. Now, Ravenwing combat squads means that, well, in total you can add another 3 bikes to this unit for the same point cost as buying a new unit. You can also add an attack bike and choose to add a land speeder from the Ravenwing support squadron. It's an entry further below. And you can choose with this special rule to either split the bikes into 2 groups of 3. And also the attack bike and the land speeder will act as independent targets. So even though you buy them as one troop choice, if you have Samuel as HQ, or as a fast attack choice, it's one entire choice, but you can switch them out and they can be independent of each other. So yeah, that's a lot of variation and it gives for a lot of mobility and the fact that you can shoot at different targets and aim at different targets as well. Yeah, also up to 2 Ravenwing Bikers may take Flamer, a melta gun, or a plasma gun. And since they are relentless, it means that they can make some nice shooting attacks before going into close combat. And they're also very good, since they're mobile, to drive up to objectives farther off on the battlefield and hold those. So yeah, they're a nice mobile squadron. So the Ravenwing Black Knights. Now there are a total of 126 points, and it includes 2 Ravenwing Black Knights and 1 Ravenwing Huntsmaster. They're basically the same as a Ravenwing Veteran Sergeant, and the only thing that separates the Huntmaster from the other guys is that he can have a power sword or a power maul. You can include up to 7 additional Ravenwing Black Knight if you wish. It will make for a really big and nice unit, though it's a total of 420 points. So on the negative side, it's a bit costly, and it would most likely attract a lot of firepower since they're that good. They do have toughness 5, and they have a 4+ cover save, and if you have a dark shroud nearby, it's a 3+. So yeah, they're hard to kill, but costly if someone actually succeeds. On the positive side though, they have a plasma talon, which is a rapid fire twin-linked plasma gun with an 18-inch range. And this is a lot of shots. It's insane. If you have 10 guys, you could kill off an entire unit of say 10 Terminators, and they would have made up for their point cost in an instant. So yeah, they're insane. They can also have something called a Corvus Hammer, which is a melee weapon that gives you a strength +1, no AP, however it's rending. So if you make a shooting attack before going into assault on say ordinary Space Marines and you only have say 5 knights, you can kill off a lot of Space Marines and you can just go into close combat and kill off the remaining guys. So yeah, they're really good at both shooting and close combat. They also have teleporter homers, of course, and power armor, and bolt pistol, and grenades. Everybody's got to have grenades. Special rules include they shall know no fears, of course, and grim resolve, hit and run, scouts, and skill rider, which means that they pass their dangerous terrain test, difficult terrain tests. And they also get a +1 on their Jink special rule. Also, for each 3 knights in a unit, you can include a grenade launcher. And these grenade launchers have 4 different types of grenades that they can use. I'm going to get to those in a second. Yeah. First off, it's the ordinary frag and cracks, of course. You can shoot from a 24-inch distance if you wish. Also, you have something called rad shells. It's a 12-inch distance with a strength 3 AP nothing, assault 1 blast and rad charge. So it doesn't really kill things. However, the rad charge means that every model in a unit hit by one or more rad shells suffers a -1 penalty to their toughness. And this is really nice if you want to go in or if you want to shoot at, say, Space Marines. It will reduce their toughness. Also, you can make a combined charge. You can rush by with like 3 knights if you don't want to charge with just 3 knights, and you can shoot at a unit of, say, Space Marines or Terminators, and then another unit that you have can charge into them, and their toughness will be reduced for the remainder of the turn. Also, they have stasis shells, also 12-inch range, assault 1 blast and stasis anomaly. And this means that every model in a unit that is hit by one or more weapons with this special rule suffers a -1 penalty to their weapon skill and initiative until the end of the turn. Again, this might be good if you want to charge into a unit, or if you want another unit in your army to charge into a unit that might be a little too overpowered. So they're good on their own, and they're also good combined with other units. It gives for a nice and fun variety, and even though it might be costly with 10 Black Knights, I think I'll do it anyway just because I can. It's 10 guys in one fast attack slot. It's pretty neat. The Ravenwing Dark Shroud is a fast skimmer for a total of 80 points. It has 10 all around and 2 hull points, so it's not very resilient. However, it has a special rule called Shroud of Angels. Now what this does is that it gives the Dark Shroud itself, the Shrouded special rule, which gives it a 2+ on its cover save, and it has a Jink, so it will give it a 3+ cover save in total. Also, all friendly units within 6 inches will have the Stealth special rule, so a +1 on their cover save. This is great if you want to put it with, say, Black Knights. They gain a 3+ cover save. Ordinary bikes gain a 4+, as well as land speeders, so it's a great booster when it comes to cover saves. Also, it has something called Icon of Old Caliban, which gives you a +1 on your assault results. Also fairly nice if you want to charge something. It has a heavy bolter that can be replaced with an assault cannon for another 20 points. It can also deep strike, which in itself it's okay if you're scared that it will die. You can deep strike it next to your bikes in, say, round 1 or 2, and it won't take any hits. It also has the Scout special role. This is a very nice unit. It's only 80 points, and for what it does, it's fairly cheap. I myself would never upgrade it with an assault cannon, since it would mean that I have to pay another 20 points. And if my opponent is so scared of my Dark Shroud that they will use most of the firepower one turn to shoot at it, they will probably have wasted their firepower by shooting at it instead of some more important unit that I have. And for that, I'd be happy. They're welcome to shoot at my Dark Shroud with a 3+ cover save if they feel like it. However, for another 20 points, it would be just close enough to be too expensive for what it does. So I would rather put those 20 points on something else. But again, a very nice unit for its point cost. The assault squads are a total of 85 points, and it's your basic Space Marines with jump packs. They have bolt pistols and a chainsword, and ordinary special rules that go along with Space Marines. You may include another 5 for the same point cost as buying a new unit, of course, and up to 2 of them may exchange their bolt pistol for a flamer or a plasma pistol. You can also upgrade your Space Marine Sergeant to a Veteran Sergeant, and he can take melee weapons and ranged weapons from the Warrior section. They can, if they wish, remove their jump packs and take a Rhino or a drop pod as a dedicated transport for free. However, this is only 20 points less expensive as doing it for ordinary Space Marines in a tactical squad. And I myself think that if I take away the jump packs, they're no longer fast attack. And then what's the point of having fast attack? So they might be okay as fast if you want them, but I don't think I'd ever remove the jump packs. The Nephilim Jet Fighter is a total of 180 points. It's a flyer with 11 all around and 3 hull points. Its war gear includes twin-linked heavy bolters, twin-linked glass cannons, which can be replaced with an Avenger mega bolter, and 6 black sword missiles. It also has some special rules. One is called strafing run, which means that when you shoot at targets on the ground, such as infantry, it gains 1 extra ballistic skill. So since it already has 4, it will have 5, and it means it will always hit on 2+. Also, it has something called Unrelenting Hunter, which means that when you have shot at a target and it gets the weapon destroyed result on the table, you can choose to give it immobilized instead, which can be really a really good advantage if you're shooting at, say, a vehicle that's aiming in a direction that you think is really great, but your opponent thinks it's not, or if you're aiming at a fast-flying flyer. And that means it can change its speed for the remainder of the game, and this could also be a great advantage for you. The Nephilim jet fighter can be too expensive if you use it against the wrong army, so to speak. If you have this when you're facing a Space Marine opponent, it will do nothing almost, because it has AB4, so it won't be that dangerous for Space Marines. However, if you go up against Tyranids or Orcs or Demons, this is a really good flyer, because AP4 it's really good against those kind of units, and also always hits on 2+ and a lot of shots. It will be worth it. The Ravenwing Dark Talon is the second flyer of the Dark Angels. It's a total of 160 points, so it's a bit cheaper than the other flyer. It also has 11 all around and 3 hull points. It has 2 Hurricane bolters and 1 Rift Cannon and 1 Stasis Bomb. And what Rift Cannon does is that it's a heavy one with strength 5, no AP at all, but it has blind. And for the Stasis Bomb, again, only strength 3, no AP. However, it has something called Vast Stasis Anomaly, and it's also a large blast. Now, what Vast Stasis Anomaly does is that any unit that is hit by one or more weapon with this special rule suffers a -3 penalty to the weapon skill and initiative until the end of turn. So even though the shots themselves aren't that powerful, their special rules make them incredible. If you want, for example, a unit of bikes or some Space Marines to charge into a unit that might be a bit too overpowered for them, then your flyer can just come in, and in its movement it can drop a stasis bomb, so that the unit that they will charge now have 3 less in weapon skill and 3 less in initiative. This is really great. It makes for a combined assault, so to speak. It can also, since this stasis bomb is dropped in the movement, it can shoot at different targets in its shooting run. Also, it has a special rule called Hover Strike, which means that in its movement it can choose to become a skimmer, which gives it strafing run. It cannot move, but it can pivot, and it also gives it a +1 on ballistic skill, which again, only if shooting at ground targets. So this flyer can also hit targets on the ground on 2+. So yeah, it's not a good flyer for Space Marines, but against other armies it is, and it's well worth its points if you play it right.